Every single year, I put myself through the pain of making this video. I know automatically it's going to receive a lot of hate. A lot of people like to have their own opinion. Of course, you're entitled to it. But a lot of people like to show their disappointment in other people's opinions and let them know how rubbish their opinions are. So don't worry, I'm going into this video knowing that I'm going to get some hate. It's just the way it is, but I'm going to be doing my team of the year, deciding who goes into my 11. The 4-3-3 formation is exactly what you've got to use. And we're going to go through goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders and attackers. And hopefully you guys will agree with some of my choices. But please, please, please remember, this is my opinion. I know full well that you will have your own opinion, and that is absolutely fine. Just please don't hate on me for having a different choice than you. Please. Can we go into this video really friendly and just knowing that football is a very divided sport in terms of opinions and everyone's team could look slightly different. So, now that I've said that, here we go. I don't know why I do this video every year, but I enjoy giving my opinions on football related things, as you guys know. And Team of the Year is always very, very difficult if you ask me. Well, it hasn't been for some time with certain players just dominating world football. You look at Ronaldo, Messi over the years. But this year, whew, it is difficult. Starting with the goalkeepers, you look at these guys, only a couple of them have actually won something this year. You're looking at Lloris, obviously has won the World Cup with France. I mean, you've got Oblak who won the Europa League. Otherwise, I don't think. Am I missing something? I don't think any of the other guys have won anything. Courtois didn't win anything this year. I don't think De Gea did, and I don't think Alisson did. Maybe I'm going mental, but I think automatically that makes this a very, very difficult choice because there isn't one clear winner. So who do I choose as my goalkeeper? Right now, I'm leaning towards Lloris. He won the World Cup. He has been very good for Tottenham this season, but he has made some pretty terrible mistakes. And one of them being, of course, in the World Cup final. But I don't think you can give it to Alisson. I don't think he is the best keeper of the year. Remember, that's what this team is. It's the best of the best this year. Although he's definitely been incredible since joining Liverpool and also with Roma at the beginning of this year till summer. Oblak has had a very good year, won the Europa League, of course. Very underrated, doesn't get enough credit. But the Europa League, compared to, say, a Champions League or a World Cup or a league title, it's not quite the same. I don't think De Gea deserves it. I think he's actually had an average year for how quality he is. So for me, I think it's got to be Lloris or Courtois. But Courtois hasn't won anything, so I guess it's Lloris. I guess it has to be. I think based off current form, I'd probably go with Alisson or Oblak. But I think because it's the team of the year, it's the best players of the year, it probably does have to go to Lloris because he won the World Cup, the biggest trophy that any of these players has won. But of course, I know the most popular vote here will probably be De Gea. A lot of Manchester United fans and a lot of De Gea fans. He's probably the best keeper in the world when he's in form, and he currently isn't. So yeah, I'm going to go with Lloris in goal purely because he won the World Cup, and I don't think any of the other players have had better seasons or better years per se. Oh, it's so difficult, but yeah, we're going to go with Lloris in goal, and I cannot believe I've put a Tottenham player in my team of the year. Now, defenders, there's a lot to choose from. I think the best thing to do at this point is to get rid of players that I just don't think come close. So Schalke, for example, Kyle Walker has been decent. Vertonghen I don't think gets in. Van Dijk might. Varane definitely. I think he's probably instantly in. Trippier doesn't. Hummels doesn't. Lovren doesn't. Thiago Silva doesn't. Ramos won the Champions League. Don't like the guy. Manolas doesn't get in. I mean, Theo Hernandez at left back is definitely in with a shout. Unfortunately, a lot of these players that are almost straight into the team are French just because they won the World Cup. But I need to keep in mind that there are other things in football than the World Cup. Marcelo, for example, won the Champions League and is arguably the best attacking fullback in the world. Koulibaly probably doesn't quite get in. Jordi Alba, maybe. Carvajal, don't really think so. Godin had a very good World Cup, won the Europa League. Kimmich, not so sure he gets in. Chiellini, Umtiti, World Cup winner. I think at right back, and I kind of want to go for each position. I've seen other YouTubers and other people doing this, that they've put maybe 4 centre-backs in their defence. But I'm not going to do that. I want a right back, a left back, and 2 centre-backs. So I think at right back, I'm leaning towards Walker, because Man City won the league. They looked very, very dominant defensively last season, although hasn't been the greatest of few weeks for Kyle Walker. But I don't think Verschalco goes ahead of him. I don't think Kimmich goes ahead of him either. So it's between him and Carvajal. And Carvajal won the Champions League. It's really difficult. But I think, in my opinion, the best right back in world football right at this current time, it probably is Kyle Walker. I'd have him in my team. Although he's had a bad few weeks, for the rest of this year, he has been so solid. So I'm going Kyle Walker. I'm actually going to put him into my team of the year just because he's a right back. He's the best right back there. Unfortunately, there is no other choice, I don't think, except from Carvajal, who may be just a fraction out. I think Walker has been a better player this season. So we're going to go Kyle Walker at right back. I think Varane at right centre-back is an easy shout. Won the Champions League, won the World Cup. I don't think you can argue with that. And I think next to him, it's either Sergio Ramos, Umtiti, or Godin. And I'm going to take out Umtiti because I know he won the World Cup, but I don't think he's had that crazy of a year. I think other defenders have had a better year. I think Van Dijk is a good shout as well, so maybe Van Dijk goes in. I think he's been arguably the best centre-back this year. I really do believe that. Him and Varane maybe. But Godin and Sergio Ramos. Ramos won the Champions League, but I hate the guy. I just absolutely hate him. Godin, I love him. What a defender. Old school defender, just clears his lines. Really good in the World Cup. Uruguay did very well. Also won the Europa League. But I would argue that Ramos technically deserves it more than Godin just because he won the Champions League. But then Van Dijk got to the final of the Champions League. And I would say has taken Liverpool to a new level single-handedly. Really, like defensively, I'm putting Van Dijk in. I'm leaning towards Varane and Van Dijk. I think they're going to be my centre-back partnership. And then for left-back, it's either Jordi Alba, Marcelo, or Theo Hernandez. Theo Hernandez won the World Cup, the Europa League. Marcelo won the Champions League. And Jordi Alba hasn't won anything incredibly big. I mean, obviously they won the title. Oh, that is really difficult. I think I want to go Marcelo. I think he has been incredible this year. But Theo Hernandez has as well. That's, I think, probably the toughest one yet. I think... guys, why do I put myself through this? Because I know everyone watching this right now has got their own opinion. They're shouting at me, pick this guy, pick this guy, pick this guy. But I'm going to go Marcelo. I think he is the best left-back in the world. I think he's had one of the best seasons he's had in his career, especially before Real Madrid's slight dip in form since, September, October. But from January up until the summer, there wasn't a better left-back. He is the best in the world. So I'm going to go with Marcelo. He won the Champions League and he's an absolute baller. I would take him over Jordi Alba and Theo Hernandez, I think, in my current team. But for longevity, you go with Theo Hernandez. Surely. He's going to be one of the best left-backs in the world at some point. And he can play centre-back. So I think that's my defence. I'm going Marcelo, Van Dijk, Varane, and Kyle Walker. Yes. Okay, that's my choice. Now, into the midfielders. Casemiro, Pogba, David Silva, Isco, De Bruyne, Dybala, Fernandinho, Rakitic, Kante, Kroos, Modric, Matuidi, Sergio Busquets, Perisic, and Royce. Again, I think I'm gonna strike out some of these players that I don't think deserve being in the team of the year. So Royce has been great recently, but shouldn't be in the team of the year. Same with Perisic, even though he was incredible in the World Cup. I don't think Busquets quite makes it. I think there's been other better performers. Matuidi, he's up there, but not quite. I think Modric instantly goes in this team because of all the things he's won this year. Finalist of the World Cup, Champions League winner, Ballon d'Or winner, the FIFA Pro Award winner, I think that's what they call it. Kroos, I don't think quite makes it. Kante probably does. Rakitic, no. Fernandinho, no. Dybala, no. De Bruyne, maybe. Isco, no. David Silva, maybe. Pogba, and Casemiro. Again, you've got the same old debate here. Is what's the better tournament to win? The Champions League, the World Cup, a bit of both. Your league title. Do you do it based off, awards they've won? I think Modric is going to be my first midfielder. He's going to play as the right centre mid in this 4-3-3. I'm going to put Kante as my defensive midfielder. And I think I kind of want to go with De Bruyne because of the incredible season he had to win the title with Man City. And I think there isn't a better choice. Maybe... Oh, that is so difficult. Maybe Casemiro gets in. Oh, this is so difficult. I'm going to go with De Bruyne, though. For me, if Salah didn't have such an incredible season, De Bruyne won that Player of the Year or Player of the Season by a mile. I think Salah obviously just about pipped him to it because he had an incredible season. So for me, De Bruyne is the next one on that list. So yeah, I'm going to go Modric, Kante, and De Bruyne. That was quick, but now this could be the toughest bit. I think it probably is the toughest bit. We're looking at attackers now. Aguero, Cavani, Griezmann, Hazard, Kane, Lewandowski, Mandzukic, Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo, Suarez, Salah, Bale, and Mane. My God. Again, let's strike out some of these names. Mane shouldn't be in there. Bale shouldn't be. Suarez shouldn't be in there. Mandzukic, no. Lewandowski, no. Kane, top scorer at the World Cup, but otherwise top scorer in the Premier League was... No, he wasn't. It was Salah, wasn't it? So Hazard stays right on the edge, I would say. Griezmann is up there. Cavani and Aguero are out. I think... How can you not put Messi in your team, though? I mean, when you look at the stats, Messi has still had one of the best seasons. He really has been incredible this season. He just hasn't had the same wow factor to his season. I think mainly because of the World Cup. Players like Mbappe shining there. You've obviously got Ronaldo, who won the World Cup. Not the World Cup. The Champions League. And has made a big move to Juventus. So he stole a lot of the news over the summer. I don't think Harry Kane should be in there ahead of some of the other guys. Right now, I'm kind of thinking it's Messi on the right, Mbappe up front, and Ronaldo on the left. If I was to stick with my rule of having the correct players in their correct position, which I don't think you can do with this 4-3-3 for the attackers, you kind of got to go Griezmann on the left, Messi up front, and Mbappe on the right, maybe. But I'm at a point now where I'm just thinking, who the hell do you drop? For me, there's 5 names that stand out here. You've got Griezmann, Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo, and Neymar. I think those are the 5 players that stand out here. I think I'm going to take out Neymar just purely because he's playing in a league that's a lot less demanding than some of the others. I think I kind of want to take out Griezmann, although he won the Europa League and the World Cup. I can't drop Mbappe from this team. I just don't think I can. I think I'm going to go Mbappe on the right, Messi up front, Ronaldo on the left, because they do play those positions. Or Messi on the right, Mbappe up top, Ronaldo on the left. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, guys. I think, unfortunately, Griezmann's not going to make it. I think Mbappe has had a better year than Griezmann, just purely because Mbappe is so young and he is breaking records left, right and centre. He's had maybe not as a successful season as Griezmann in terms of goals scored, but Griezmann, he's at a level where he should be. We should be expecting Griezmann to be up there. Whereas Mbappe, the guy's not even 20 years old, okay? He won the World Cup. He was one of the best young players in the world, no doubt. Probably the best player in the world for his age this year. And he's won countless trophies. He's single-handedly changed French football. He's their idol, you know. He's got to go in the team. Mbappe up front, Messi on the right, Ronaldo on the left. That is going to be my team, and I think that's fair enough. I think so anyway. I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to go with Mbappe on the right, Messi up top, Ronaldo on the left. So I guess you could say I've cheated a teeny little bit by putting Ronaldo on the left, but those three for me had to be in this team. The only maybe slight change I could make to this team is potentially Griezmann coming in for Mbappe or Ronaldo. I just cannot leave Messi out. I think it's absolutely unbelievably unlucky and actually a bit BS, if you ask me, that Messi didn't even get into the top 3 of the Ballon d'Or. There's just no way. You're telling me that he wasn't in the top 3 this year. Unbelievable stat still for a player of his magnitude to have a down season and still perform as well as he did. It's criminal. It really is that he was not in the top 3. But I know a lot of people will disagree with this team, especially with Walker. I think a lot of people maybe would have put someone else there, but I genuinely feel like Walker had a very, very good year. Varane, Van Dijk, Marcelo. I don't think you could argue with those so much. Maybe Marcelo and Van Dijk. Lloris, again, was a difficult choice. I don't think there was anyone that necessarily did better this year than him. Modric, Kante, De Bruyne. Good luck arguing with that. Maybe De Bruyne, but come on. And then Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo. I mean, imagine having this team in real life. Imagine managing this team. You would win everything. I'm pretty sure this team would pretty much deal with any other team in the world right now and win every tournament they were in. So thank you for watching this video, this controversial video. I cannot wait to see the reception this gets. I'm sure there'll be plenty of dislikes, but if you somewhat agree with me or you just liked the video and you enjoyed my talking points, then please leave a like on this video. Let's drown out the haters who disagree with me. And I appreciate you watching, and hopefully you guys are going to, think of your own team, and maybe you could tweet me or leave a comment. Tell me your team of the year and see if you agree.